The higher purpose of Sudarshan Chemicals is growing together by being spiritually fulfilling, socially just, and environmentally friendly. If that is what is the higher purpose of Sudarshan Chemical, how can we not but have a value of seva? Seva is service. Seva is Atithi Devo Bhava.
Seva means to give the services to my internal customer, production and engineering, so that they can give a continuous production, ensuring that workers' engagement is maintained and they deliver the production as per the requirement of the management.
Seva or service to me is about giving the customers in my region a pleasurable, enjoyable buying experience. It is really important to me that our customers feel valued regardless of how much they buy from us. Managing a diverse region with a complex number of products can be difficult, but we want our customers to feel valued and appreciated.
I take full ownership to serve our customers with agility and provide a seamless experience. I will make my customer experience wow at every interaction. I will serve all our stakeholders with an attitude of Atithi Devo Bhava.
Atithi is a person who is an uninvited guest into my house. जो ना बुलाए भी आ गया वो अतिथि. That guest, we treat him with honor, we treat him with grace, we treat him to service. At Human Resources, we are a function which is serving to our internal customers. At any given point in time, whatever we do, we are committed towards extending ourselves, listening to our internal customers and only then serving. And that is seva at work, seva at Human Resources.
Now it is very important to understand what it does not mean. Seva does not mean that we'll not be conveying the right messages to the customer. Seva does not mean that we'll not be assertive enough with the customer. Seva does not mean that we'll be ignoring the business interest of Sudarshan Chemical. Seva does not mean that we'll not be educative enough to the customer. At times, we'll probably require to take harder stand or a tougher stand, but at the end of the day, we'll be bringing customer value on the table.
Courage is going beyond the borders. Courage is thinking the unthinkable and going for it.
Have courage to say what needs to be said. Real conversations can be awkward and uncomfortable at times, especially if the conflict is involved. However, having crucial conversations helps cut through smoke and move through issues. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in the presence of fear.
Top performing teams are those that dare to move outside the comfort of what they know. Our teams are in an exciting stage in our journey, entering mature geographic markets and entering new applications such as automotive coatings.
We recognise that to deliver continued sales growth across the region takes some creativity, a lot of hard work, but also determination and courage. It doesn't always feel comfortable.
There are many instances where if we are not courageous enough to update our knowledge or update our application areas, we will always be lacking behind. So we should have courage about what's happening in the industry. We should assess ourselves where we are standing and update to that extent.
When problems arise with customers, it's very difficult to sit in front of them sometimes to address it as quickly and openly as we would like to do that. We're going to be as open and courageous as possible to address those things as quickly as we can.
We should have courage whenever there is an agreement or a disagreement with the opinions that we share with our production team or with our customer. We should be courageous enough, bold enough to say what is the fact.
And being courageous would mean that I would venture into new ideas of action and thought. I would speak my mind fearlessly but with grace. I will share and accept bad news and take responsibility to put things right.
We should continue having the courage to pursue our ambitions in the face of very challenging market conditions.
From a R&D perspective, courage translates into thinking out of the box, challenging the status quo, and moving into the zone of unknown without any fear. And last but not the least, to innovate.
Given the circumstances, make the right decision, the best decision you can, and then abide by the results of those decisions. If there is a problem that comes up, don't pass the blame. Instead, identify how to fix the situation and propose solutions. Please be courageous and speak up. Every person's opinion matters.
Values in any organization are the building blocks, and these define the culture. Because even during toughest of our time, we don't forget to follow our core values as CCRT, which is Seva, Courage, Commitment and Passion, Respect and Trust.
Everything which I do it with a feeling of I belong to Sudarshan Chemicals.
I believe that we can't achieve our aggressive growth plans without being courageous. And to be courageous, it is extremely important to be completely committed and passionately involved.
Passion is the pride you take in your job. It's making sure you do everything 100% to the best of your ability. Without the passion, without the pride of being able to say, yeah, this is what I accomplished.
All of us, if we commit to delivering our 100% at any given point in time, there will be passion which will be there in our work, and newness will definitely happen.
In Sudarshan's context, it is very beautifully stated that I would be considered committed and passionate only if I keep my promises.
I take ownership. I keep my agreements and I deliver on time. And the second, I will fulfill the expectations of all my internal and external customers passionately.
Respect must be earned. However, to earn respect, one must be respectful to others.
Respect is a part of our Indian culture. Right from the childhood, we are taught about respecting elders, respecting women. It is a part of Indian culture. When you join an organization, respect takes a broader sense. That means respecting your colleagues, respecting workmen, respecting peers, everybody, irrespective of their education, if they're illiterate or highly educated, doesn't matter. Respect is one of the great things we have to always use.
In our example, as employees of Sudarshan, I cannot have every answer to every problem. I need to actively listen to everybody's input and make sure that we're making the best decisions for the organization. And the best decisions don't always come from the top. They come from those who understand that particular job or that particular activity better than anybody else.
What respect means in the context of IR and licensing. When workers are coming to us with the complaints, generally we tell them that whatever you are telling us is not a complaint. We will treat this as a suggestion so that we can give you the better services.
Showing respect is the quickest way of good ethics, and that can invariably lead to earning respect.
If we can all do this, if we can all put aside our egos and work for the betterment of the organization, we cannot help but to be successful at Sudarshan.
I have prepared my team also in the same manner so that they will understand the workers' problem and listen them properly.
There is a long built relationship between Sudarshan people and our customers. They have a trust, they have a faith in us, and that faith is seen when they are using our products. They use our product directly into the production sometimes, and that's the trust or the faith that they show in us. And we should be cautious enough in mutually building up this trust level higher and higher.
When trust exists between the team members, and more importantly, between the employees of Sudarshan and our customers, business will thrive. Trust is the most important element in building a winning team. Whether you're talking about sports, business organizations, or anything else competitive, it comes down to creating synergy and trust between members of the team.
Bear in mind that the trust that the customer is showing between us should always be maintained at the highest level.
You have to have the daring to rely on others. Not everyone can be an expert in everything. Collaboration between extended teams and depending on others who are not part of your team is critical to performance. To me, working effectively in teams requires this form of trust.
Trust is the firm belief and confidence in the honesty, integrity, reliability of another person. People trust the clear and distrust the ambiguous. You can have compassion and character, but without the results you have promised, people won't trust you. So be a contributor who delivers real results time and again.
Supposing, due to unavailability of material, a sales team member gets angry and upset with the production team. Instead of working with the customer to reschedule the order, if this salesperson were to share his personal misgivings and feelings about the production team with the customers, he is not acting in the best interest of the company. I would like to conclude by quoting a famous writer known as Ernest Hemingway. He said, "The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. If your trust is abandoned, then you know the answer. But until then, give them the benefit of your trust."